What is up, Koay family? Welcome back to Get Jaby. I'm ACHARA KIRK, and we have a very exciting video here. This is the Batman deleted Arkham scene, which I believe shows us even more of Barry Keoghan as the Joker. Did I research how to say his name? You bet your cotton socks I did. As a member of the Funky Name Club, I just thought it would be nice to try and figure out how to say his name. It doesn't sound anything like how it's spelt, but that's the cool thing about Irish names, I think. So I'm gonna have to commit that one to memory. Barry Keoghan. Lovely. I'm very excited because I think that he's a fantastic actor, and I'm very curious to see his take on this iconic character of the Joker. So without further ado, let's jump into it. For a second there, I was like, wow, the movie's still very dark. Ominous. Kind of feels like Silence of the Lambs or something.
Present.
His face.
Almost our anniversary, isn't it? There's a serial killer. I want your perspective.
Oh my god, I just want to see his face. But
Anniversary paper. What makes you think I come so cheap? I thought you'd be curious. You think I could offer this stuff? Don't you? You have pictures.
oh wow.
It's violence. It's so baroque. Oh, he likes little puzzles, doesn't he? So meticulous. Like he's been planning this his whole life. I know who he is.
What?
Oh. Who is he? He's a nobody. Wants to be somebody. The mayor, the commissioner. Yeah. He's got ambition. You think his motive is political? Oh, no. This is very, very personal. He feels these people have all wronged him. Probably goes way back. Unhealed wounds, stolen lunch money. Why is he writing to me? Maybe he's a fan of yours? Or maybe he's got a grudge against you too. Maybe you're the main course. Any theories? Not yet. Really? You're normally so ahead of the curve. But something is different this time. This is very upsetting to you. Let's get back to him. Why? You're so much more fun. I'm not here to talk about me. What are you here to talk about? I want to know how he thinks. You know exactly how he thinks. Have you read this file? You two have so much in common. Masked Avengers. So he's even more righteous. Oh, you afraid he makes you look soft?
Oh my god, he's so captivating.
You don't really care about his motives, whether he loves or hates you. I think somewhere deep down, you're just terrified. Because you're not sure he's wrong, huh? You think they deserved it, huh? You think they deserved it.
Wow. Okay. Damn. I think that might well be the most grotesque iteration of Joker I've ever seen. Like, they really made a point to show all of his scars, and especially that last close-up that they went to where they were just showing his eyes at first and then his mouth. I think the mouth was this thing that was just the freakiest and the grossest to me. And it's funny too, because the Joker's grin, the Joker's smile, his mouth, I guess, is one of the iconic features of the character. And so they've gone a really different route with it. And a lot of the time when we've seen the character, he's got like the white makeup. I mean, the green hair is still there, obviously, but it's all like patchy. And the smile that's kind of painted on and is this grotesque smile. But here they've gone for almost like a more realistic take in a way, because it's not the red lipstick. It's this just, I don't know what happened to him. And I'm just very, very curious about it, because as we know from the film, The Batman, they've kind of gone for a more grounded take, a darker take, as it were. And they're definitely still in keeping with this. I definitely was getting a lot of Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs vibes, kind of the relationship between Batman and the Joker. You know that they know each other from before, and there's this kind of mutual respect. It's just really interesting seeing Barry's take on it. It works, I think, and I'm intrigued, and I thought it was really smart that Matt Reeves kind of made it so that you can kind of make him out, but for almost the entire scene, pretty much, you don't actually see him properly. He's just kind of out of focus, and you know, you just want to know more, because obviously he's a very beloved villain, he's an iconic character, and as an audience we're all just like, I just want to see more. And what you see of it is just like close-ups on details, and it's just kind of unsettling and weird and cool at the same time. And I thought he gave a good performance. It's definitely piqued my interest and made me curious to see more of what he does with the character, because obviously that was a 5-minute scene, which in itself is a pretty long scene, and it definitely captivated me. Also, because of the way that they were talking, like Robert Pattinson as Batman has a pretty quiet voice anyway, and then Barry's voice as Joker, honestly in the beginning I was a little bit like unsure of what he was saying, because it was just so muffled and quiet, but then it did get clearer towards the end of the scene. I almost want to go back and watch it again with subtitles just to make sure that I'm getting everything, but because of how quiet it is, they're not projecting a lot, they're just kind of having this intimate chat in Arkham. It really does draw you in, because you really have to focus, you know, it's not something that's like loud and bombastic and so you can just kind of not give it your complete attention. Here, it's just one of those things like when someone who is really, really interesting is talking and they're not talking very loudly, you kind of want to lean in and you want to listen more. And that's what I was feeling about Barry Keoghan's take on the Joker here. And I do really like him as an actor. In the very few things that I've seen him in, he's always been someone that has stood out to me and that has something interesting about him. Just as an actor, he really leans into those kind of weird, unsettling roles really well. I'm sure that he's like a really lovely person in real life. I've looked at some of his interview videos and he seems like a really cool guy, but there is something about him when he's playing these characters on screen that like is so mesmerizing and you can't take your eyes away from him. That was very interesting. I think I understand why Matt Reeves decided not to include this in the theatrical cut, because it is potentially distracting from the main story. Like you don't need the scene in order for the story to make sense, in order for the story to move along. It's already a long film. I'm sure that when they came to it and they were kind of trimming the fat, they just realized we don't really need this scene. And I think also because it's the Joker and he's such a huge character in Batman lore, we would just be too distracted. We'd be like, wait, what? The Joker's here? And like, what? Can we have more of him? You know what I mean? And it's not his movie, but I think it's cool that he has been cast, and now hopefully in future Batman projects we're going to be able to see him, because I am very curious and I do want to see him more, and I have a lot of faith in Barry as an actor, so I think he's going to do some really interesting things. Fingers crossed. I believe in you. Let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about this scene? Should it have been included in the final cut? Or do you think they were right in taking it out? I wonder if we will get this in some like extended cut. That might be really interesting to see how they really wanted to present the story. I wonder if it would kind of change the whole experience of watching it. That was very, very cool, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video an upvote, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you next time. I'm ACHARA KIRK. Ciao.